Hi, welcome to this 45-minute yoga class for all levels. If you don't know me, my name is Roos. I've been doing yoga for 21 years and I've been teaching for 12, which I just realized, and it's quite long. This class it's very important that you listen to yourself. So I'll give different options for different levels. Don't feel pressured to do the hardest thing or the most difficult thing. It's up to your body and your decision what feels good, okay? Don't be too mean to yourself, too strict. I just wanted to point out that at the end of the class, the recording got cut off in the relaxation. So you might notice a slight change in audio quality or my outfit if you are accidentally having your eyes open. My apologies for that, and I hope you don't mind that I'm closing off the class from the day after. Enjoy. Find a comfortable seat. I like to sit on a pillow, but you don't have to sit in a cross-legged position. Just sit however feels good to you. You can rest your hands on your lap, pull your shoulders back a little bit, and then close your eyes. Like I said, we always start class, in my class at least, with taking a moment to tune in. It's like when you close your eyes to the outside world, you become more aware of looking inside. So feel how you're sitting. It doesn't have to be super zweverig, like spiritual. Just feel how you're sitting, your physicality. Are you comfortable? And then feel the breath moving in and out through the nose to the belly. Allowing whatever thoughts pop up to pop up and then float away again. And when you notice your thoughts going somewhere and taking a little path, a little adventure, when you notice, bring them back. Make your breath a little bit deeper. It helps to place one hand on your low belly so you really feel your belly extending as you inhale and then sinking back down as you exhale. Do a few of those at your own pace. And then feel as you inhale, your spine becoming a little bit longer, as if your crown is growing up to the sunlight. Or the sky, if there's no sunlight. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders, relax your face. Every breath works like that. The inhale creates a little bit more length. And the exhale keeps the length in the spine, but the rest around it softens. A few more just like that. Bringing your awareness in so that you can take this time for yourself. All the to-dos that might pop up, you can let them float away again. They will come back. Or if they feel very, very important, you can take a little note somewhere and come back to the practice. It's like you're putting your thoughts in the dressing room while you're in the yoga studio. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, pressing the palms slightly together and pressing the thumbs into your sternum, into your breastbone, and that pushes back. So you're slightly pushing your chest forward, helping to raise your spine up a little bit more. I warned you already, I start every yoga class with one Om. So if you like, you can join in. You don't have to know what to do. You just make a umming sound and you're fine. But if you prefer to listen, that's okay too. So take a deep inhale. Bow your head towards your hands. Take another deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Remembering to respect your body and to listen to yourself. Slowly lift your head up, blink your eyes open, reach your arms out sideways as you inhale, reaching up. This might make you yawn. That's okay. Hands together and back to the heart. One more time. Inhale sideways and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last one. Inhale wide and up. Stay there. Continue to breathe. Don't hold your breath. And then imagine you're climbing a ladder. So one arm goes up a little bit more and then the other. You might feel the side body stretching, like the ribs and the armpits stretching up. Imagine you're climbing a ladder with really, really high bits. So it's not super easy. There we go. This is a really good way to wake up your body. So if you ever just feel like you need a stretch, you can do this one and a little twist. We'll add that in. Reach both arms up, inhale. Twist to the right, bring your right hand behind you and your left hand on your right knee. If you can't reach the floor, if you're sitting like me, you can place your hand on your butt and twist that way. Inhale, imagine your spine becoming even more long. Exhale, engage your belly and twist a little bit more. One more time. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, deepens. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, twist back. Arms go up. Other side. Inhale, twist. Exhale, bring your hand on your knee and your other hand behind you or on your back. Allow your inhale to lengthen your spine and the exhale to softly twist, using your engagement of the belly. A few more times. And then looking forward again, inhale. Exhale, bring the arms up and shake it out. Whew. Good. If you do those two things together when you're sitting at your desk, the side stretch and the twist, that is a really good way to wake up your body very quickly when you don't have time to do a full yoga class, okay? So I'm gonna go back to my mat now. If you wanna come on to hands and knees, and maybe grab a pillow for your knees if you want it. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Making sure you're stable. And if your wrists hurt easily, which happens a lot in yoga, spread your fingers, turn the hands out a little bit so that the thumbs are pointing forward a little bit more. That can protect your wrists. Exhale, round your spine, cat pose, pulling your chin to your chest and really engaging your belly. And then inhale, tilt your pelvis, go the other way, make a hollow spine, push your chest forward and maybe look forward or up, but don't strain your neck. A few more times. Exhaling, rounding. Go at your own pace. Inhaling, hollowing. Find the stretch. When you go deep enough, you'll feel it. It's a really nice wake up of the spine. One more time, both sides. And then we'll go into a little circle. So you're gonna create a side bend and then rounded and then the other way and down. You can make this really smooth, or if you don't feel comfortable or you wanna do something else, you can make it the way that feels good to your body. Just stretching all sides of the torso. Oh, maybe some stuff will crack. That's okay. Go the opposite direction. Twisting everything out. Good. Come back to center. We'll work a little bit on the shoulders like we talked about. So place your right hand in the center of the mat. Open your left arm up to the sky. And you might notice that that's not really possible for you. Don't force the hand up. Try and push your bottom hand down so the shoulder stays strong. And this arm, it can point forward slightly if that is more accessible to you. If you're able to twist, you can open it up all the way. Breathe, keep pushing into the bottom hand. Beautiful, keep your core engaged. From here, inhale, look up if you can. Woo. Exhale, bring that left arm underneath. Thread the needle. So we're gonna place the shoulder down to the floor and your left ear to the floor. I should have done the other side first so you can see what I'm doing. I'll go this way. So you're down here. Your shoulder might not reach the floor. Then grab a pillow or a block underneath your shoulder so you have some support. And once you're there, you can use that right arm to push yourself more into a twist, if that feels okay. If you want to go a little bit further, you can reach the right arm up to the sky and maybe even fold it around your back towards your left hip. Whew. But let everything help you to twist more. Find your breath as good as possible. You might notice that it's a little bit harder here, and that's okay. One more breath. And then reach your right arm up, inhale. Place it down. Push yourself back into that first pose. So all the way up and the left arm comes up again. Inhale. Whoo. A counter twist and bring it down. Let's do the other way. Sorry, my voice is going. Reach your right arm up all the way to the sky. And remember, we're staying here for a moment. Pull your left shoulder underneath you and see if you can twist open from the chest and the spine more than just from your arm. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, stick the arm underneath. Find that twist. Bringing your right shoulder to the floor, your right ear towards the floor. And then using the left hand in front of you to push yourself further into a twist. If you want, bring your left arm up and maybe fold it behind your back towards your right hip so you can twist even more. Whew. Find your breath. One more here. And then unfurl your arm, bring it back down, reach all the way up with the right arm, again into that first counter twisty thing. Reach your arm up and bring your hand down. Take a moment here to shake it out or do whatever feels good to you. And you might notice that in a pose like that, it's kind of hard to breathe. And that is because in a twist, it's like a dishcloth that you're twisting out to squeeze all the shit out, sorry, so that you get clean water in there again. So it's normal that you have maybe a little bit of trouble breathing, but afterwards it should feel nice and open again. We'll do a few leg stretches. So step your right foot forward in between your hands. And it's completely normal to not be able to get there very far. You can use your arms, your hand to move your foot forward. Make sure your right foot is a little bit to the right and so that you're not in one line. You're not a tightrope dancer. You are on train tracks. One leg is on one track and the foot is on the other, okay? Push your hands on your front knee. Lean your hips forward as much as possible. And then tuck your tailbone. So imagine tucking your tailbone, lifting your belly inwards so that you don't stretch the back so much, but the leg, the front of the left hip. As soon as you feel that, the front of the hip or the front of the thigh, then you're doing it right. Keep your hips both pointing forward. Find your breath. Just the slow breath in and out through the nose. Shoulders away from your ears. If you feel strong, push your foot into the floor so much that you can loosen your hands. You can lift your hands. Keep pushing the front foot down and squeezing the foot and the knee towards each other. So we activate a little bit more. That creates a more active stretch and effective stretch as well. And then reach your arms up. Try and keep your shoulders wide. I prefer to go, for beginners especially, elbows a little bit to the front so that we're widening the shoulder blades apart and then reaching up. Keep pulling your belly in. Feel the stretch on your left leg, but maybe also on your right leg, especially if you're pushing, the hamstrings are working. Inhale, look all the way up. Now exhale, straighten your right leg, bring your hips back a little bit, and then bring your hands on your hips. We'll do the beginner version first, or the tight leg person version. Pull your toes towards your kneecap. This part is really important because it's going to activate the calf muscles. Inhale, stick your butt back. So now instead of rounding the spine, we're doing that hollow spine version, and then start to lean forward a little bit. And if you're used to going very far in this pose, you might even feel more when you're just staying here and doing that, tucking your booty. So just try it out. Push your foot down, pull the heel towards you. Not as much as I'm doing, but I'm showing you so that you're almost making a little dent in your mat. But there is activity, there is muscle training. Find your breath, and if it feels good, you can, of course, go a little bit deeper. Maybe lean the hands down, fold your forehead towards your shin bone, but you don't have to. I find it more effective to be here for my body, but everybody is different, of course. Breathe. Good, bring your hands down, bend your front knee, and step it back, hands and knees. After something like that, I always do this little thing where my hips want to pop, so I lift them out sideways just for a second. It's a thing I do every class, so I will give you the option, but you don't have to. You can do whatever feels good for your body. Let's do the other side. So step your left foot forward, moving it a little bit further forward with the help of your hands, leaning your hips forward as much as you can. Nice. And then remember, pull your belly in. So especially if you're quite flexible, some of you said, and you might even be a little bit hyper mobile, that's not the right term, but like hyper flexible, pull your belly in so that you're starting to activate more towards the front of the right hip and not just in the low belly and the low back. Press your hands on your knee. Find your breath. And of course, the breath is always there. So if you're new to these yoga terms, these yoga words, find your breath just means focus back on your breath. Every inhale, lengthening the spine a little bit. Every exhale, pulling the belly in a little bit. If you feel ready, push your foot down a little bit more. Activate the knee and the foot towards each other, so you're squeezing, the adductors and the hamstrings are working, and then we'll lift the arms up. If you feel like you are a beginner, bend your elbows forward slightly so that the shoulder blades are widening apart. And if you already know, if you know how your body works, you can have the arms up, but still widen the shoulder blades apart. Still pushing the foot down, still squeezing the foot and the knee together, maybe even looking up towards your hands, but don't let your head hang so that it's not so good for your neck. Inhale, lengthens your spine. Exhale, engages your belly more. Inhale, look up, reach up. Straighten your left leg, lean your hips back so that your hands can come on your hips, and we'll go into the hamstring stretch. Stick your butt back, especially if you're used to doing this, the deep version. Try the up version first. Push your foot down, pull it towards you and pull your toes towards you. Stick your butt back and then lean maybe 5 centimeters forward. See if you can find it here. The stretch in the hamstring, in the calf muscles. If you feel it a lot, stay here. If you don't feel it so much, you might want to try the deeper version if you feel it there more. But like I said, it depends on the body where you have to go to feel it more. Keep pulling your toes towards you, so don't let the foot go lazy. Yes. Nice. And lazy is not a bad word here. It's just a natural reaction of the body. When we don't think about it, it wants to find the easiest way, which is great, except for when we want to train the body. And then we have to be a little bit more mindful. So one more breath here. You're doing great. then bend your front knee, come back to hands and knees, bring your leg back, maybe do the little hip pops, do the toe cracks, do all the things. We'll put a little bit more into this one. So step your right foot forward, lean your hips forward. You know all the alignment points now, so we're gonna go a little bit more smoothly. Press your hands on your knee, squeeze your belly in, so you're coming up out of the pose a little bit more. Keep holding that. If you feel super flexible today, I'll give you an option. If you feel like this is enough already, stay here. Most important, keep your belly engaged, keep your hips pushing forward. Reach your left arm back. Maybe see if you can bend the back leg. This is just a little adventure to go on. You might touch the foot, you might not even reach it. If you can't reach it, don't hold it too long because your hamstring might start to get a cramp. If you can reach it, grab the foot and turn your chest back forward so that you're really, really feeling the front left leg stretch. And maybe also the left shoulder. This is a really good opener for those stress shoulders. Find your breath and keep turning your chest forward more. So you're not open, but both shoulders are facing towards me as much as possible. Whew. Or towards the front of the mat, actually. Okay, release the foot slowly. Whew. Bring your hips back, find your hamstring stretch. This one is gonna be a little bit crazy, okay? Just for fun, because you guys can do it. And hopefully you can learn that all the stages are great. So you might be here, you might be here. If you feel like a little adventure, press your hands into the floor. This is an unplanned adventure, by the way. Push your arms down, squeeze your core. So you're really rounding your spine. And then you might inhale here, exhale, lift up your right foot off the floor. Just try it. If it doesn't come off, that's okay. Just keep trying. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Put it back down. Nice. Now you can try and maybe slide it a little bit more forward. Doesn't have to go into very far, just slide it a little bit. See where you get to. Whew. Breathe. If you're able to, definitely go for it, Caroline. Take your time. Maybe slide a little bit more. Keep squeezing the legs together though. So don't just go sitting like, oh, ta-da. This is all wrong in alignment. So keep your hips facing forward. Keep your legs squeezing towards each other. And now this is the fun part. Glide your front foot back all the way and bring your knee to the floor. This always messes up my mat. Let's do the other side. So step your left foot forward, leaning all the way forward. Remember, if you feel wobbly, move your left foot a little bit more to the left so that you're a little bit wider in your setup. Lean your hips forward, hands on your knees. Make sure your foot and knee are in alignment here as well. Good. Squeeze your core in, squeeze your legs together. If you feel up for it, reach your right arm back. This might already be a nice hip opening stretch. And then see if you can lift up your back foot. If you can, but you can't reach it, just lift it up for a little while. If you can, but you can just reach it, there's ways to cheat with either your pants or your socks. If you're British, your trousers. And then pull your chest forward again. So we're not so much pulling the foot in, but we're turning the that's intense. Turning the chest forward, okay? Find your breath. Keep pulling your belly in. Keep leaning your hips forward. Beautiful. It's okay to fall over. It's okay to wobble. It's a really wobbly pose anyway. Feel the stretch on the front of your right shoulder as well. Maybe. Release the foot. Bring the hips back for that fun hamstring stretch. Stick your butt back. See if you can touch the floor with your hands. I did that other thing that we did before without any planning. So I should have told you, if you can't reach the floor, maybe lean on something. I always go on fingertips, or bend your leg a little bit if your hamstrings are tight. And we'll do the fun thing. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, really squeeze your core around your spine. Lift your left leg up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. If you get a cramp, that's okay. Put it down, try again. One more breath. And then release it down. If you want to glide it forward a little bit, you can. Finding whatever hamstring stretch works for you. If you want to go a little bit further, because at the beginning of class I said something about splits and I saw your faces and I thought it would be fun to add it in. Because even if you're here, this is called half splits. So you're already doing the splits. Remember, if you are going a little bit deeper, that you're not opening. Hips stay forward, legs stay active, pulling towards each other. If you feel enough already while you're up still, that's okay too. Breathe. Whew. One more breath here. And then glide your foot back. Mess up your whole setup. Come back, 2 hands and knees, pop your hips. We'll go into a downward facing dog. So from your hands and knees, make your setup a little bit longer. So your hands can go forward or your knees back. Curl your toes up and then bring your heels towards the floor. This is kind of hard if you don't have a good grip on your mat, or if your mat is really old like mine. So you might want to put your hands against the wall or something to help you. And then we'll walk the dog. This is called downward facing dog. Walking the dog is one heel towards the floor, bend the other knee, and then switching. Just a few times to stretch out your calf muscles, your hamstrings. And then find your feet at hips distance, or if you're quite tight, you can make it a little bit wider so that you can focus on bringing your chest towards your knees. You can keep your knees bent if you need to. Move your chest towards your knees. So we're really opening the front. And especially if you're used to doing downward facing dog, lean back even more. Imagine you are a donkey and you're being lifted up by your tail. So someone is lifting up your tailbone and the rest just dangles down. Find your breath. Whew. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose. You might need to adjust your hands so that they don't feel painful. The wrists are okay. Hold your plank for a second. If plank is impossible for you, bring the knees down. Push your arms down more so you're up. You're really doming your spine. Up, 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 even more. Yeah, bring the knees down. Bring the chest down. Come lie all the way on your belly. Bring your hands forward slightly. Let's do Sphinx Pose so it's accessible. My wrists want a little break. Elbows are in and underneath your shoulders. Arms are forward. You can clasp the hands. English sometimes disappears from my brain. And then instead of hanging out here, which is kind of comfy, but we're not doing it, pull your belly in. See the difference? Tuck your tailbone. Make your spine long and then pull your shoulders back. So we're really training the back of the spine. So those muscles become stronger and they'll help you to have more of a good posture while you're working from home. So keep pulling the shoulders back, and you can do the little Sphinx, very queen-like, looking over to the left and the right. I always do this because I'm looking at you guys, but then I also want to look the other way so my neck doesn't go crooked. And you might feel this in your middle spine, in your upper spine. If you feel it in your low back, tuck your tailbone a little bit more, so engage the belly a little bit more. One more breath here. If you want to intensify, place the hands down, push the hands down, and see if you can hover the elbows, or maybe even straighten the arms. So this is different than a normal cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale, pull your chest forward, and then exhale, bring the elbows out Hands underneath your forehead. Rest your head down. Relax your back, your belly, your legs. Just lie down for a second. If your face is being squished, you can place your head any way that feels good to you. Take a moment here to feel into your body. What is happening? Can you feel your spine having worked really hard? Can you relax all the muscles for a second? And then from here, turn over onto your butt. I'm gonna go this way so that you can still hear me, right? But you can turn anyway so that you can still see me. Bring your hands underneath your knees. Lean back so your spine is nice and long. Engage your belly and then float your feet up to knee height. You can hold on if that feels good to you. Squeeze your core. If you feel strong today, you can float the hands next to your knees. This is called boat pose. So it might be a really rocky sea for you today. That's okay. You're still a boat. Doesn't take away from you being a boat. A voice that is shaking doesn't take away from this being a boat. Be nice to yourself. Breathe. Hold if you can. Hold on to the legs if it's too hard. If you like a challenge, inhale here. Exhale, see if you can lower everything without anything touching the floor. So only my butt is touching the floor. And then as you inhale, come back to normal boat. We'll do a few more of that. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. See if you can balance. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. One more. Exhale. It's okay to breathe really loud. Inhale, come up. And exhale, place the feet down. Take a moment to relax your belly and come sit. So bring your feet together. Let your knees fall open. Just want to make sure that we cool ourselves down again before we go into the relaxation. So if you're a little bit more stiff, obviously you might notice my knees are on the floor. It's okay if you're here. What helps is that your feet are a little bit further away from you, so they might be able to open a little bit more softly. You don't have to pull them all the way in here. I see this happen a lot. But you'll see my spine even being round, so make it so that you can sit up comfortably. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, slowly fold forward with a straight spine as much as possible. But then at the end, it's okay to let everything round. If you like to keep control, it might be good to actually just let your arms lie on the floor here, not holding on to anything. But if you feel like you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can hold on to your ankles and use your elbows to push into your shins to open the hips a little bit more. Find your breath. And especially if you try the thing without the hands, let your head be the weight that pulls you forward. So there is no need to engage the muscles anymore because the head is pretty heavy. Slow breaths. As much as you can towards the belly, but again, this is a compressing pose, so it might feel a little bit more constricted, and that's okay. Notice where your thoughts go. What is your way of dealing with things? What is your pattern? Are your thoughts drifting? Or are you critiquing yourself? Or are you tempted to get distracted? All the things are just ways that our brain trained itself to deal with stressful situations. So it's not bad or good or better than something else. It's just what it is. And it's good to become aware so we can maybe change it if we want. One more breath here. And slowly come back up. Extend. Actually put your feet down quite wide and leave your knees bent for a little bit. Place your hands behind you. Let both of your knees fall one way and then the other. This is called Windscreen Wipers. And the wider your feet are, the more you'll turn the hip in. So that's the counter pose for what we just did. If you really felt it in your back, you might even want to lift your butt up a little bit here so that you're twisting that. And you're kind of walking forward in this pose with your butt. So it's normal if you end up like this. That's okay. Just bring your butt back. Straighten your legs out. One last sitting pose. Again, you can make this as active or relaxing as you want. You know what your body needs. Pull your toes towards you if you want to make it a little bit more active. It's okay to have the knees slightly bent. I prefer to do it this way in the beginning, and then we can straighten after. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lean forward. Slowly start to fold towards your legs. Go as far as you can. Let your head, again, be your weight that pulls you down. If you grab onto something a little bit closer than what you can just about reach. If your toes are just in reach, grab your ankles. Hold on tight. And then inhale, lengthen your spine, push your chest forward, maybe even looking forward more, pulling your shoulders back. Yes, beautiful. And then fold a little bit more. So it's like a current of your breath, just like in the beginning. Every inhale, you can do this yourself or you can let it go. Do it only once. Every inhale lengthens. Every exhale deepens. Especially if you're quite flexible and you don't feel much in this pose anymore, it might be helpful to keep doing the flow of the breath. Find stillness in your most bendy position and relax your shoulders. So don't pull them up to your ears. Relax the arms down. Relax the head. Check in again, just like I said before, if you are always controlling things, maybe release the hands. It might feel very annoying or very scary, and that's okay. Those are also responses and patterns. I always tell my students, it's okay if you get mad at me or get annoyed with me. It will get better. After class, you'll like me again, probably. So just notice and breathe. The more you're able to release your head and your neck, the more you will feel the stretch all the way from the back of your neck to your heels, your calf muscles. One more breath. And then slowly come back up. Make your spine straight again. Allow your spine to get used to it again, the straightness. And then come lie on your back. If you have something a little bit warm to put on, this might be a good time to do it. Or if you have very bright lights, like me, you might want to switch them off. Pull your knees into your chest. By pulling the knees in, you'll feel the back of the body stretching once again. Maybe your glutes, your butt muscles stretching as well. Open your arms to the side, so you're creating a nice T shape, and then let both of your knees fall to the right. If this is hard for you, move your knees a little bit more away from you. If you like a deep stretch, you can move your butt to the left and then move your knees to the right. The more towards the chest they are, the deeper the twist will be. Keep your left shoulder on the floor and look over towards your left hand. Slow, deep breaths. And this is a pose where the legs often still hold a lot of tension. So make sure you relax the legs. Slow, deep breaths. Feeling the twist and allowing your body here to relax a little bit more. So it's not so much anymore about finding that intense stretch. This is our cool down. So it's okay to make it a little bit more soft and gentle for yourself. On the next inhale, bring your knees back to center. If you moved your hips, bring them back to center as well. And then see how it goes on the other side. Sometimes this is very different on each side. If you want to deepen, move your butt to the right first, and then let your knees fall to the left. Look over your right arm, push your right shoulder into the floor. Shoulder trumps knees. So your shoulder is always down, your knees can be up and floating. Close your eyes, relax your body as much as you can. Feeling the twist and maybe the stretch in your shoulder, in your hip. All the parts on the right side are being stretched. Remember to release. So soften your legs, your face, your shoulders. One more breath. Next inhale, bring your knees back to center. Bring your hips back to center if you move them. And then extend your legs out. Make yourself really long. Let your feet be a little bit wider and your arms a little bit away from you. If it's cold where you are, you might want to grab a little blanket or a pillow for over your eyes. Something to block out the light. Make it comfortable for yourself. Close your eyes and pull your shoulders underneath you so that your body is in the best shape possible to relax. Feel the points where your body is touching the floor. The heels heavy, the calf muscles maybe. Relaxing the legs a little bit more. Like I said at the beginning, using your brain power, your mind, by closing the eyes to tune it inwards and start to soften the body from the inside. So just with your focus, with your visualization, bringing some more softness into the calf muscles and the knees. Relaxing the thighs and the hips. Feeling the weight of your hips and your legs. Almost like you're, for this next few moments, not able to control them, to move them. Just let them be heavy. Surrender them to the mat. Feel your arms and your hands resting. Bring your awareness on the inside to the hands, to the wrists. Bringing even more softness into those muscles, into those joints. Moving up through the arms, relaxing the elbows. All the way up to the shoulders. It's okay to adjust if you feel like you need to. But then find that heaviness in the arms as well. Like you have a lovely weighted blanket over your arms and your legs. Bring your awareness to your belly. Soften the belly and all the insides. The back, all the way up the spine to the chest cavity. Relaxing the ribs and the chest muscles, the pecs. They've done a lot of work today, so make sure you soften them. The only movement still in your body is the breath. The belly rising and falling, maybe the chest. Use that as your anchor for your thoughts. So anytime your thoughts drift, remember it's okay. It's like a little puppy we're training. So we're doing it with love, not with shouting and yelling. Just coaxing it back to that breath. And then bringing the awareness up through your neck. Your jaw softens. Your tongue. Imagine like you're scanning your brain, your head, all the way from your jaw to the top of your head. And on the way, your special scanner skills burn any tension away, anything you don't want away. So you relax your face, your mouth, your ears, even the back of your head and the insides as well. Burning away any thoughts you don't need, any self-criticism that you don't deserve. All the way through the eye sockets, the forehead, relaxing all those small face muscles. Scanning all the way up to the crown of the head. And then releasing whatever we didn't need and our scanner into the universe. And what's left is just your beautiful body, your beautiful heart, your beautiful mind resting. Deserving some chill time. You don't always have to push yourself and work. Slow, deep breaths. This is a time for your body to process what we've done. So rest is just as important as movement. Just feeling the breath. Feeling the heaviness in the body, the softness that every exhale brings. If you want to stay a little bit longer, feel free to pause this video. Or if you're ready to come out, start to take a deep breath first. A little bit more active. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Make yourself really long, stretching out. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, release one more time. And then with your eyes closed, pull your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side. Stay here for a moment in fetus position. There is no rush. If you need to, support your head with your arm or a pillow. And then push yourself up to a seated position with your spine nice and long, your shoulders soft, your face relaxed, eyes still closed if you can. Take a moment to feel into your body. Slow, deep breaths. Tuning into your beautiful body, your beautiful heart, and your beautiful mind. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Pressing the thumbs into the sternum and the sternum pushing up towards the thumbs. We'll close this class together with one Om. If you want to join in, please do so. Or if it feels better to listen, that's okay too. Take a deep inhale. Bow your head to your hands. Take another deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. In gratitude to yourself, your body, your mind. Namaste. Take your time to slowly raise your head again. Blink your eyes open. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope that felt good in your body, and I hope to see you again soon. You can always join my classes through this link. They are donation-based, or if you want to do classes in your own time, I have a Patreon page where you can sign up for €3.50 a month and you'll get unlimited access to all of my previous classes. So all different styles, different levels and everything, and languages as well. I have Dutch and English classes. Hopefully see you again soon, and thanks so much again. Bye.